Can this $5 lip balm make me look 20 years younger? That's what I want to find out. Hey y'all, it's Heather, and we are going to be trying out a new under eye concealer hack today. Celebrity makeup artist Scott Barnes shared a video where he was doing event makeup for someone, and he used the Aquaphor Lip Repair Balm. He said this will help the concealer look flawless under the eyes, that your concealer won't break apart, so I knew I had to try it, but let me show you a little bit of Scott's video.
Scott Barnes pro tip here with Aquaphor hack. I'm going to take 20 years off your face with Aquaphor. Check this out. And I use the lip balm underneath the eyes. And this makes your concealer stay 10 times longer. It doesn't get all creased up and crazy, believe it or not, and it doesn't break down the makeup. I figured this out after doing hours and hours of photo shoots and movies and music videos. This is a great time to tell you guys how these tips and tricks work. And hopefully they work for you too. So before and after, tell me what you guys think.
Anytime I can learn something new, especially from a professional makeup artist who has been in the business doing makeup on clients and people of all different ages for years and years, I want to listen, I want to learn, I want to try something. But I also know that I have oily skin. I'm living in a humid place. I'm 36 years old. I know my face and my skin type, and sometimes I'm a bit skeptical of if things will actually work for me in my day-to-day life. So if it's not long wear and it's a makeup product or technique that really has to be babied and I have to touch up a lot, I know it's not going to be for me. So I'm very curious to see if this inexpensive drugstore lip repair balm is going to just give me the flawless under eyes I've been dreaming of. I have my Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and then I have a little bit of Rituel DeDe's Creature of Light Glowing Creature on as a primer. So that's why I'm extra glowy. I want to start with concealer. Let me zoom you in. I went ahead and zoomed you all the way in because we're not playing games today. We're gonna see if this works. When I smile, which hopefully I'll be smiling a lot today, I'm gonna be outside a lot, I'm gonna be having a good time, and when I smile, you can definitely see I have these wrinkles right in here, I have lines right in here, and we're gonna see if the Aquaphor will smooth over everything and create a perfect base for my concealer. Looking at the ingredients for this lip balm, it looks like there's a lot of hydrating ingredients like castor seed oil, shea butter, sunflower seed wax, jojoba seed oil. I'm thinking that those waxes and those hydrating ingredients are just going to prep everything. I am wearing an eye cream like I do every day. I did my skincare probably an hour ago, so everything should be absorbed. Because this is a lip balm with so many waxes, it should glide on really easily. So we'll start right over here. Yeah, this is super emollient, so it's not tugging at all. I'm just gonna put it all underneath my eye. I'm gonna carry it right out here and here. I saw that Scott said you can also put this in your like nasolabial folds right here. I'm not gonna do that. You can put it around your nose. That's not really an area of concern for me. So I'm gonna kind of press this in just to make sure that product is really worked into my under eye area. I'm going to go in with the tried and true concealer. This is my Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. I love this. I've bought multiple. It's a go-to concealer for me. I do have a whole video on my top 10 longwear concealers where I talk about concealers in every price range with wear test. So definitely check that out if you're looking for a concealer. But I'm going to start by putting kind of like my usual amount on. I'm just gonna press the concealer in with my Sigma brush. I love this brush for concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and blend my concealer out here. I just wanna make sure my concealer is blended in really nicely before I go in with my foundation. Here is the Aquaphor with concealer on top. Over on this side, I want to go in with just my concealer, no Aquaphor. I think a side-by-side can be really helpful. It can help you see like instantly, is this making a difference? Is this not making a difference? So I'll go in with the same amount of concealer over here. I'll do the same technique of blending it in, and then I'll let you look at it close up before I finish off the rest of my makeup. Here is the side-by-side comparison. I would love to know if you see a difference between my under eye. This side over here is prepped with the Aquaphor lip balm. This side over here does not have any additional eye prep step, nothing like that. I don't know if I can really tell a difference looking at myself in the mirror. If I look really up close, I think maybe this side right here looks a little more hydrated and plump, but I don't think there's a huge difference. I'm gonna put on my foundation and then we're gonna test a new under eye powder. In addition to using Aquaphor under the eye, Scott Barnes said he was using a Maybelline powder foundation to set the under eye.
Believe it or not, I'm using Maybelline Color Stay powder. This stuff is like iron, by the way.
This is something else that I knew I had to try because in my mind, I'm thinking a powder foundation may just be too heavy for under the eye, especially for my under eye area. I mean, I'm not a teenager. Like I said, I am 36. I don't want something super heavy that's going to emphasize everything. And that is why, for me, I wouldn't have thought to use this powder. I did buy the shade 220. This is a warm shade. This is also lighter than my skin tone, so it should give me some brightening. I want to test it, of course, over here where we have the Aquaphor, but one of the reasons I wanted to do half of my face without the Aquaphor underneath is so that if things go wrong, I know, okay, maybe it's the powder, not the Aquaphor. So we'll use this powder right over here under this eye too. Now, this claims to be a full coverage matte, sweat-proof, water-resistant powder, and I'm thinking, okay, full coverage matte powder under the eyes. I don't know. I love a matte powder, but I normally don't go for something that is a full coverage. So we're going to see. I do like the sweat resistant, water resistant claims because that means it should hold up well in the humidity. It means my oil shouldn't break it apart and the humidity in the air shouldn't break it apart either. Let me zoom you back in so we can see. You're way closer to me than anybody should be, but I want you to see the under eye. I'm going to make sure when I do like this, I'm not setting in any creases or anything in my concealer, so I'm just going to go see if I need to tap anything out before I set down with this powder. I'm just gonna press this on with my brush. I wanna make sure I have plenty of powder on my brush so that I get it all completely set down. My under eye set with powder now. This is the side with the Aquaphor. I think it's looking nice. I was really hesitant about this powder, but I should have trusted Scott. I should have trusted that he knows what he's talking about. So time will tell. We're set with powder over here on the non-Aquaphor side. Let me know, can you tell a difference? I actually do think this under eye looks a little bit better. When I look at these lines, I'm kind of shocked. I was thinking that I wanted this hack to work, but that I do use good skincare. I use a good under eye cream. I'm not sure if this will make much of a difference, but now that everything's kind of set with powder and I'm looking, I do think this side looks a little bit nicer. Maybe not a huge difference, but I do think it looks a little bit nicer. You'll have to let me know. Can you see a difference? I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup. I'll be back to show you how the look comes together and then we'll do some check-ins. My makeup is done. I have started a load of laundry. I've eaten some breakfast and it's been on about an hour and a half. So my under eye is looking really nice. I don't know if I can tell a huge difference. When I get really up close, I do feel like the Aquaphor side is a little bit more hydrated. If you're concerned about things being too heavy under your eye, maybe causing milia, something like that, I'm not a dermatologist, so definitely do what you feel, but I will say exfoliating and cleansing all of these oils off at the end of the day should help a lot, but I did want to throw that out there just in case that's something that you deal with, that you're concerned about. You may want to double check on this Aquaphor, but for me, I think it's looking pretty good. I do think the Aquaphor side is maybe a little more plump and hydrated looking, but I'll be back in a few hours. This check-in is at the 8-hour mark. I filmed this on my iPhone. I'm in the bathroom at my parents' house, so it's just bathroom lighting, and I did blot before I filmed this. So you can see the under eyes are still looking nice. This next check-in is at the 14-hour mark. Before I washed my face, I had blotted my face one more time, but I didn't add powder or anything like that. I think my makeup was looking really nice, especially for 14 hours. I thought the concealer wore really beautifully yesterday, and I was very surprised to see that the Aquaphor side did look a little more plump and hydrated to me, even at the end of the day. I was hoping this hack would work for me, but I was still a little skeptical, so I was a little shocked that I could tell a difference. Now, it was not a huge difference. It was a subtle difference that I could tell when I looked at myself up close, but even from afar, I think I could tell a little bit. So I tried it out again today. You can see I put it on under both eyes and I swapped out the concealer. I'm using my Natasha Denona concealer, another favorite, but I do think it's giving me some nice hydration. I think it's keeping the concealer from settling a little bit. Is this something that I'm gonna do every single day? No, it's not. I know myself. I'm not gonna be thinking about reaching and prepping. I think it did make a difference. I will reach for the Aquaphor when I want extra. When I look at myself and I think, I really need my concealer to not settle at all. Maybe I am going to an event, a date night, a wedding, something like that, where I just want to really give myself like that extra time and really thinking about everything and making sure the makeup is looking flawless. That's probably when I will think about using a technique like this. Now, it only takes a few seconds to do, so it's not like it's extra time, it's just an extra step. So if this is an issue for you, always having like your under eyes settling, your concealer not lasting, things like that, I mean, it's a hack that I think works. Scott Barnes knows what he's doing. Like I said, it takes less than a minute to do, so I definitely think you could incorporate this into your everyday routine. I just don't think it made enough of a difference for me to incorporate it into my everyday routine, whereas I will when I'm putting in a little bit of extra time and thought into getting ready. So I enjoyed testing this out. If you ever see any makeup hacks, tips, tricks, pro celebrity makeup artists like explaining things like this, definitely let me know, because I love to learn new things. I love to test them, try them. This Aquaphor lip balm I saw everywhere. It's around $5 if you have a coupon. It looks like you can even get it for like $2 or $3 some places. I bought mine at Walgreens and I think I paid $4. Super inexpensive, and I really enjoyed testing this out. I'm enjoying it and it was fun. I have so many videos here on my channel. I would love if you would check them out. I just did a do's and don'ts video, so if you want to check that out, I will link it for you now. I can and do talk about makeup all day, every day, so stick around and hang out with me.